Hello everyone, Professor Wood, how are you? Before I start talking about this week's assignments, I want to say that this class, this session has fallen during a very stressful time in the school year. Most of you that are on traditional track are just finishing up this week or next week, and you might find everything that's going on with week 5 a little bit overwhelming. I do not want you to be overwhelmed. I do not want you to stress out. This is a class about coping with stress and violence, so we need to stay calm and not panic. I know that you're very busy. I'm very busy right now too. It's just, the end of the year. It's just running nuts. So I wanted to do a couple modifications on this week's assignment to calm you down a bit. So first of all, your Prezi presentation. It does not have to be posted on Thursday night. If you need to post it on Friday night or Saturday or Sunday night so you and your self-appointed group have a little bit more time to work on it, I'm fine with that. Okay, please do not stress about it. I'm not going to mark anybody late points. Just get it up sometime between Thursday and Sunday, and I am fine with that, okay? I do not want you stressing about this. I know some of you are learning Prezi for the first time and how to collaborate with Prezi for the first time. Most of the time, people use PowerPoint and Google Slides, and that's something that we have used at Concordia as well. But the MyEd program and the EdTech program has asked that we begin to advance a little bit in technology and try something different or new. And so that's why we're specifically doing Prezis this time, so that you can learn how to build one. But please, don't stress about it. Get it up on the discussion board Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. That's fine. Second thing, you have your research paper due on Sunday. Once again, a bad week with the way this class fell for you to get all of this stuff done. If you aren't able to get your research paper into me by Sunday, just turn it in between Sunday and Wednesday of week 6. I'm fine with that, okay? So please don't stress about that either. Get your Prezi done, get it up, finish your group work, okay? Finish up your final draft with your research paper. If you can get it in Sunday, great. If not, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday is fine, okay? Has everybody calmed down now a little bit? I can't see you, but I'm hoping that you're all just going, oh, thank you, Professor Wood. I'm going to pretend that that's happening right now since I can't see you. Anyways, so now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the assignments. So you're supposed to look at the TED Talk on grit, on having grit. And I know that you all have experiences with this. You're all at different years of teaching. As I've told you before, I'm in my 27th year of teaching. And I have found grit to be one of the major factors. I'd have to agree with that TED Talk in my own life and in education. Lots of kids can have nice high IQs, be smart, witty, but they don't have the determination or the grit to keep going. When you see kids with grit, you can see, that they are really going to persevere. And they're very good at finding ways to cope. And oftentimes looking at multiple pathways. And a lot of times our students that are very linear, they start to panic and stress when things don't work. And if they don't have the grit to muscle through or think about getting to a multiple pathway, oh, if it doesn't work this way, maybe I'll try it this way. We oftentimes see people begin to cave. So grit is a huge factor in everything in life. And I mean, you guys should know this. You're in the master's program right now while you're raising children, taking care of animals, teaching school, having a life. You're showing grit by being in this program. There's something in this program that drives you. Now, for some, maybe money. But once again, you have to have the grit to get there to get that money, right? And I remember when I first started my master's program, that's definitely what it was for me. My husband unfortunately left me after 20 years of marriage, and I knew that I wanted to be able to have the money to be able to take care of my children without having to worry. And so that was originally what drove me to get my master's. And of course, it helped drive my grit as well, because I was not going to give up, because I had this purpose, these children that I wanted to work to make a better life for. So we see that a lot in education, and pay attention to it, look at it in your students. And often students with grit are very good at partnering, if you can partner them with students that may have problems coping or stress, or give up a little bit too quickly. If you pair share, put them with somebody that's got a little bit more of that perseverance, it can help teach them and drive them as well. Your PowerPoints this week are on teenage sex and teen pregnancy, something that we always have to deal with, especially in high school, but also in middle schools these days, and even in some elementary schools we have this. When you're looking at the statistics and when you're looking at the PowerPoint and you're looking at the reasons why teens do what they do related to sex and pregnancy, or kind of the red flags of what to look for, you have to remember too, and I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this as well, that just because this is the statistical data, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to fall into these black and white boxes. We have teen moms that have gotten pregnant for all sorts of reasons. And one of the ones I found was interesting is they talk about how, it's a badge of adulthood. And especially if you've grown up in a home where, you've kind of been silenced as a child and there's a lot of adult behavior going on, or you've seen older siblings act in a certain way, oftentimes you'll follow, in those footsteps. And from my experience, what I've seen with my students is that I have had numerous teen parents over the years, and there are ones that when they have that grit, they will still have the baby, come back to school, go on to college, all of those things. But it's not just grit. They also have great support from somebody in their life that helps them to keep going. So it can be a negative or it can be a positive. I try to remember that, back in the day, my mom had my sister, Professor Goligly, who you might have had already. She had her when she was, 18 years old. That was pretty norm back in that time period. So something to think about and to show compassion as you watch and help these students. That's about it, I guess. PowerPoint, TED Talk on grit. I've relieved your stress, so go ahead and finish that group project and get that research paper done. Have a great end of the year. If you need to contact me, just email me. That's the quickest way to do it. It's not really hard for me to answer my phone during the day. Email me, I get back super fast. There were a couple people that were still looking for groups. I think, Stephen, you were looking for a group. Rob, I'm not sure if you're looking for a group, but people, please, take everybody in and let's get this done. And I will talk to you next week, and just stay calm, keep moving forward. Talk to you later.